Hello YouTube, my name is VSG Sotherwell. Just coming to you to let you know a little bit more about me and what I want out of this journey. I want to have the gastric sleeve done. I talked to my doctor back in January, February, back in December 31st. I had been put in the hospital for a diverticulitis attack. That was caused from being put on amoxicillin, a very high dose. Killed off all my good bacteria, left nothing but bad. Needless to say, the bad grew, and I wound up being a very, very sick woman. Was in the hospital for a week. And during that week, I decided that maybe it's time to do something about my weight, because maybe if I do something about my weight, it will also correct my diverticulitis. A lot of the foods I can't have with seeds, nuts, I can't have right away after the surgery anyway, so I figure if I've got to give them up, I might as well do it while I'm getting some results from something. At least I'm getting back what I can't have, right? So I decided that some weight loss was in order. I also have a very bad back. I injured my back in 2002 with a work injury. I had torn 3 discs in my lower back. Those 3 discs have not healed. This happened in 2002, and we are now in 2014, and all those years, those 2 discs never healed, and I had a bulging, the 3rd disc was bulging, but had not torn. Since then, I have torn, since the last 4 or 5 years, since my last MRI, I had torn another, that disc has since torn as well. So I think that kind of occurred from the way I turn in bed, because I have to actually jerk myself around in bed, and I have to flip every 15 minutes throughout the night, so I don't get very restful sleep. I am on amitriptyline. Amitriptyline does, it's used for pain control, but it's also used to help you sleep. And so I get the benefits of both. It does not make me pain free, but it does give me a little relief. There isn't a day that goes by that I'm not in terrific pain. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't have some form of spasms. So just getting up and working out in any form or fashion is a killer for me. And I know I say a lot, so bear with me. This is all new to me. Speaking was never my forte. But I want this surgery. I talked to my doctor, and he had said he was on board with me getting the surgery to hopefully, I will drop some quick weight, or hopefully we're hoping for some sort of a sudden loss, enough to free my back up and make me be able to want to walk. I shouldn't say more, I should say longer distance. I am trying to get about 3 days a week in at this particular time. I am also trying to walk up and down my basement stairs. I probably have 15 stairs going from the top of my kitchen floor down to the basement, and it's just a straight drop down. And I try to use the railing to pull myself up and down those stairs 4 or 5 times, a couple times during the week. I'll just go up and down and up and down and up and down. But I can't do it too many times. I cannot, right now I'm probably 3, maybe 4 times doing that in a row. If I do it too many times, I will be in severe spasm mode for the rest of the night, and I won't be able to get up and down out of a chair. I won't be able to go to bed and actually lay in bed. I would have to sit up all night in a chair and sleep. So I want to do this, lose this weight for that reason. I weigh 2 years ago at my highest 298 pounds. Never really came down out of that range over the last 2 years. I lost some weight between while I was in the hospital. I had lost a lot of weight actually, because during that whole time the only way to treat diverticulitis is to be on a clear liquid diet for a full week, no food. So I figured if I made it a full week of a clear liquid diet, then why couldn't I do it for this? Why couldn't I do it to lose the weight, you know? So that's where I kind of got the idea of, hey, I might as well go for it. And so doctor's on board, and he said he would do what he could to help me get it. I've got more than enough comorbidities to qualify. I have pelvic floor disorder. That's because I lost my uterus right after my 3rd baby was born. My uterus delivered itself. And because of not having a uterus for so long, my pelvic floor had just gotten kind of shriveled up because it's got no uterus to cradle to keep it soft and supple and open. So my uterus, or my pelvic floor, is like this instead of being out like this. There's a lot of exercise I cannot do with that disorder. Like anything that's running, jarring. I cannot do crunches. I cannot do any kind of a floor exercise that requires one foot up off the floor or both feet up off the floor at a time, or at the same time. And so I got to be careful there. So that is why I want this surgery. So now I went from 298, and then in February I was 278. In March I was 273. In April I was 264. And as of today, I weighed in today, and as of today, yay, I am 256. So I don't feel I'm doing a terrible job. I am off all my sugars, I'm off all my carbs, I'm off all my fats. Only eating the healthy fats, I just eat chicken and steamed vegetables. Or I eat a little bit of tuna and steamed vegetables, or sometimes I just eat the vegetables raw. As my doctor put it, nobody ever got fat from eating a vegetable. So he said eat all the vegetables you want. And weight management is requiring I eat at least 3 cups of vegetables a day. Although I've been eating more like 10 cups of vegetables a day. I fill up on the vegetables, and the kind of vegetables I eat are broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, leaf spinach, asparagus, zucchini, yellow squash, bell pepper. I want to kind of try and, I've never had collard greens or any of that, or mustard greens. I hear they're really good. That's going to be something that I'm going to try within the next month or so. I'm going to try and get in more of that kind of stuff. But but then I just do cheese sticks, yogurt, apple, sugar-free popsicles, um, sugar-free puddings. I'm incorporating my protein shakes for my breakfasts. I do not eat cereal. I do not eat bread. I do not eat pasta, rice. I don't eat any of that. I do have a little bit of refried beans or something like that every once in a while. I do like bean soups, that kind of stuff. So that's about where I am at this point. Really happy with my weight and with what weight loss I've been able to get off so far. Although this month I have been struggling with plateauing. I plateau for like 4 days, and then I might break it for a day and then plateau again. Everybody says, well, exercise more. Well, that's kind of hard when you got a really bad back. And my doctor said, do not push very hard, because we will end up back at square one. And if I go back to square one, I may not be able to have the surgery. So I have to really be careful about the kind of exercise and the amount of exercise that I do. I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm telling you, it will wind me back up to the point where I will be bedridden and not be able to move at all. So we don't want to go there. At least now I can do a little bit of exercise, which is better than what I've been able to do. So we're going with that. Just to let you know a little more what kind of the things I like. I do have learning disabilities. I do not read well. I stumble with reading. I do not spell well. So if I communicate with you guys and I misspell, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. It is something I am trying to get over, and by communicating with you guys, it's a huge step for me. It is something I have never done before. It's out of my norm. So please don't laugh at me. Just know that I'm working on it and I'm trying to get better at it. And talking with you guys is helping me a lot in that aspect. Another learning disability I have is math. I'm not good with math at all. I may not even be able to do the numbers things with you guys very well. I'll try and maybe write it down. I do have a lot of memory problems due to my disabilities, but I'm trying to overcome them. So please do not laugh or poke any kind of fun at me for the way I may spell something. I don't intentionally mean to. Punctuation, I'm horrible with knowing where to put punctuation and all that, so just bear with me, okay? I'm learning at 52 years of age, so if that means anything. The one thing I do like to do is I love to cross stitch. I do not do anything a lot of people will do where it's already stamped into the material. I do not. I do everything by counting. I can count very well, believe it or not. I like counted cross stitch, and I like to do, I am pretty much in the expert mode these days. I have done it for so long. I've done it since I was 13 years old. And but just to give you an idea of the kind of cross stitch, or the what my hobby is and what I like to do, is I like to cross stitch. This is my grandson. My grandson is 4 years old as of a week ago, and so Grammy decided she's going to make him a quilt, and I am starting with his newborn picture. And it's going to be a 32 square quilt. Not all the squares are equal in size. They're all some are large, some are small, some are tiny. But it's of different pictures that I have of him from infancy to 4 years old. Birthdays and Christmases and just all kinds of things. I also have a 2-year-old granddaughter. Her name is Catalina. My grandson's name is Liam. Catalina is 2, and right now is in the stage of Grammy, hold me. Grandma, hold you. Grandma, hold you. Grandma can't hold her. Caddy is a big girl. For 2 years old, she's 40 pounds. With my bad back, I cannot even lift her up onto my knee to get her on my lap. Somebody has to place her on my lap, and I don't always have somebody around to place her on my lap, so Grandma can't hold you. Grandma wishes she could, but she can't. Liam on the is quite the opposite. Liam is a very, very small, feather light little boy. I swear he's lighter now than he was when he was a baby. Grandma can hold him very easy. I just want to be able to hold Catalina the same way. But yeah, so that just kind of gets you guys to know who and a little bit about me. Also wanted to thank a lot of you out there. Miss Christina, as I call her. Christina goes by the YouTube name of RNY Butterfly Beauty 71. Christina, if you see this video, I love you, girl. You seem to be a lot like me, and a lot of what you are doing, I really someday hope to do. I want to get into that pole dance class one of these days too, but I don't know. 52 years old, I don't know. But it's always been something I've kind of wanted to maybe do, and so I envy you for that. I'm glad that you went back and decided to stick it out. I'm proud of you, girl. There's so many of you out there to thank and to follow. Sleep Franklin was the first one that I had communicated with. So I have a special part in my heart for her because she was the first one that talked to me. She was the first one to, she just made me feel special, and she's what made me want to go through and decide to really actually do this surgery, and to go through with it and get the guts up to actually start talking to all you wonderful people out there. I'm just getting into less of Sarah, and she has some very good topics. I'm really enjoying watching a lot of her videos, and just started to kind of start to comment to her a little bit. VSG Hope, I love you too. She is a very good inspiration, I feel, for me. She eats a lot of this. She just makes me feel like if she could do it, I could do it, you know. And then Shauna, or is it Shana? Shauna? VSG, I love your videos as well, girl, and good luck with your surgery. It's coming up fast. You're gonna have that here pretty soon, and I'm happy for you. Gastric Rose, I kept seeing Mama Rose up there I kept thinking Mama Rose, and so I started pulling her videos up, and I am just astounded in her success and her weight loss, and how far she's come, and she's celebrating her 10 years this year. I'm really proud and happy for you. There's so many of you, and then there's all of the newbies that are coming up and out. at this moment I don't have your names pulled up, so I can't for the life of me think of your YouTube names, but I will thank you on another video and at a later date. But you all mean a lot to me, and you all are helping me to want to do this journey. So that's a little bit about me. I will get in touch with a lot of you soon. Please bear with me as I'm bearing with all of you. Watch your videos religiously, sometimes 2 or 3 times in a row. So if you're wondering where a lot of your views are coming from, it's probably coming from me. So I may comment on one, but I may end up watching your video several times. So I do that with all of you out there. So you're all real helpful, and I can't wait to join you here back in probably September, October is what they're telling me I should get my date. So I will let you know closer to when I get my date, but that's where they're telling me. I will be done with my weigh-ins in August, but then we have to wait for submission and all that stuff. I have my psych appointment tomorrow, so I'm really psyched for that. So wish me a lot of luck on that. Other than that, I love you all, and I will get back to you soon. Bye.